Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at the Taxi from the 4-inch line of Fortnite figures from Jazzwares. You can see it comes with a figure pack here back in this bubble, and this is Cabbie, which is a character I'm not super familiar with, but if you take a look at the picture over here you can see it's definitely just a Jonesy variant, so I'm not certain if he was in the game before I started playing. I'm assuming that's the case. He's just from a previous chapter or season, and I'm just not super familiar with him. I don't think they made him up for the toy line. It's not impossible, but I'm guessing he's just a previous character. If you know, let me know in the comments below because I'm very interested. But in any case, Taxi looks great. Actually has 4 opening doors. You can fit 4 figures inside, which I'm pretty excited about. Kind of this standard open packaging that we've seen before for the Reboot van and the Whiplash, and there are several other vehicles as well. So you just have this little bit of cutout here for light to get through. Spin around to the back. You can see, prepare your fare and hail a taxi. Cabbie, first to the fair, first to the finish line. So there you go. I guess he's a racer too. He does have the checkered flag neckerchief, so I guess it's obvious. In any case, here are some of the other vehicles that are available. The Reboot van. I do have the Mud Flap as well. I'll probably review that sometime soon. The Whiplash I've already reviewed, and then the Battle Bus and the Chopper. Get to the Chopper. But anyway, I don't have these two. Maybe one day. But in any case, I think this looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the packaging here, and we're going to take a closer look. Alright, so here they are out of the packaging. We'll start over here with Cabbie. He looks pretty cool. Nice details, a lot of paint applications. He's got the checkered flag neckerchief. He's got this little satchel here on his belt. A lot of silver paint here on his 2 belts. He's got a tattoo. He's got some kind of gauntlet screen. I'm not quite sure what that entails. He's got some more checkered flag pattern here down on the thigh. He's got a cool worn look to his shin guards, which are pretty cool. Just overall, a lot of nice molded in detail and a lot of paint applications. He's also got a ton of articulation. So the head is on a hinge, which is a little difficult to navigate, but you can see the hinge there. Some of these joints, I will admit, are a little stuck at first. There we go, okay. So now we've got the hinge moving. Plus we've got a swivel here at the actual base of the skull. We've got a hinge in the shoulder. Again, these are pretty tight, but they loosen up with time. So we can push them in and out. We can also spin the arm all the way around. You have a pretty much 90-degree bend there in the elbow, as well as a swivel. You have a hinge and a rotation in the wrist. You have kind of a ball joint here in the torso, as well as a waist swivel. You have a ball joint, kind of tight here. You can hear it. Very tight ball joint in the hips. Hopefully that'll move around and loosen up over time. You have a thigh swivel here. You have double jointed knees. And then you have a hinge and a rotation in the ankle. So a lot of nice articulation, especially for a figure this small. For 4-inch figures, I feel like Jazzwares really packs these with the articulation, detail, and paint applications. So they do a nice job. Now, he doesn't come with any accessories, which is a bummer. I would have at least liked like a harvesting tool or pickaxe of some kind. But you can give him weapons, or from any of the other sets, they have tons of those, like weapon crates or upgrade sharks. They sell like little packages of extra weapons for these figures, just like how they might get them on the island. And so you can deck them out with some of those, which is always fun. Let's go ahead and move into the Taxi now, which is fairly simplistic, but I really do like the design. And I believe this might be a sticker down here, but I believe this is all paint up here. This is kind of nice and raised. You can see Taxi is not just painted on, it's actually molded in and then painted. You have kind of a hard plastic here for this front area. You have the headlights. It rolls really well. On the back here, you have a license plate PWP 127. I'm not sure if that's a reference to something or not. But it really does roll nicely, which I think is pretty cool. And as I pointed out before, you can open all 4 doors and fit 4 characters inside, which I really appreciate. The nice thing is, if you take a look here, you have the seat and then you have plenty of leg room. When you open up the back, the seats are hollow so that their feet can actually go underneath. So you should really have no trouble getting these guys in any of the seats. So let's go ahead. We will test this out with Cabbie. Hopefully his hip joints will stay intact for us. I'm going to bend him a little bit at the knees so we can get him in here. So yeah, he fits in pretty easily here in the front seat. And then if we open this up and pop him out, we'll try him in the back seat. You just tuck those feet underneath the seat in front of it, which might take some doing because he's trying to put his feet all over the back seat. There we go. And you can see fits very nicely back there as well. Really, really nice. I don't think it's going to be any trouble to get 4 figures in here. Probably have to have them lose the harvesting tools. So we will bend these guys, see if we can get them to fit back here as well. He might have a little bit of difficulty with the taco head. Come on, taco head. There we go. His leg's kind of on the other side, but it still works. You got 2 figures back there comfortably. And I think this should work with most 4-inch figures. I mean, I'm even going to bring in, you know, Zenkai Red, because I'm sure he needs a lift from time to time. And we can go ahead and fit him in here with relatively no difficulty. Now, he does have the head crest, so that's probably going to be some difficulty. But there we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. And then you can fit another, this is just a ghost car, it's just driving them. But in any case, you can fit the figures in there pretty easily, as you can see, which is really nice. I like it a lot. Anything that can hold a lot of figures, I really appreciate. So you can see them pretty clearly in the back here. So I love it. Anytime you can fit 4 figures in here and it's really not a problem. I mean, they all went in pretty easily. I like that quite a bit. I really like this set a lot. I mean, yes, the taxi's kind of a basic vehicle, but it's all over the game, so it's kind of iconic. I mean, we use it almost once every game, it feels like. Plus, this can actually hold 4 figures comfortably, which I really appreciate. It's got a lot of nice detailing, paint applications. Just overall, they did a really nice job with it. I think the Cabbie figure looks great, even though it is just kind of a Jonesy repaint or variant, or whatever you want to say, one of the Joneses. He still looks good. A lot of nice paint applications, a lot of nice detailing, certainly a lot of articulation. So Jazzwares really does a great job with these 4-inch figures. They really pack a lot into them, which always impresses me. So I recommend this set quite a bit. I found mine on Amazon. Now, I've seen the Whiplash like all over the place, and I'm assuming these came out around the same time because the packaging is so similar. And I don't know if this is kind of new and just hasn't really hit saturation yet, or maybe I'm catching it on the tail end and I missed it. I'm not really sure. I found mine on Amazon for $25, which I don't feel like is a ridiculous price. The Whiplash can kind of be anywhere from like $16 to $20. So I feel like the fact that this is kind of a bigger vehicle, certainly, you know, can fit more figures, has a little bit more utility to it. I feel like it would make sense if this is a little bit more expensive. So I'm not really sure. It's probably supposed to retail around $20, but I just had to have it, so I went ahead and picked it up on Amazon for $25. The only thing I could really think to kind of complain about the set, I wish Cabbie came with at least a harvesting tool, because I feel like those are usually specific to the character. I can give him weapons and everything from other sets. I'm not really worried about that. I kind of like the characters or the figures to come with their own unique harvesting tool, though, and that's not included here. But that's not a huge deal breaker, and it's pretty much the only thing I can think to complain about with this set. Otherwise, it's pretty fantastic. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.